All right, in this video, I'm going to make a custom walk animation and then load it into players as they enter the game. I thought that would be pretty cool. You can see this is obviously not the default Roblox walk animation. All right, so let's go ahead and get a fresh world and get started with that. All right, so here's my fresh world. I'm going to go to plugins and build rig. I use R15. If you use R6, do an R6 rig, but I'm going to do an R15 rig, mesh rig. There we go. And I like to look at it while the guy's facing this way to the right, to my right. Let's go to animation editor, click on our guy, and then we'll name it strut. Cool beans. You can name it whatever you want. We're going to use the ID, not the name. Go to these three dots, set animation priority, movement. Cool. Hit those three dots again and we'll save it. All right, so this is the scrubber bar right here. I have it set to frame rate, 30 frames per second. So you could change those if you want. This is good like this. And then we can actually change playback speed now. That's pretty cool. That's relatively new, but I'm gonna keep it at 1. All right, let's go ahead and get started on our animation. I'll click on his shoulder here, put that arm up, and then put this leg back. Cool, making big steps maybe, I don't know. There we go. Let's get this arm, put that back, maybe like that. Get this leg, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then let's tilt his head too. We'll give it a little extra tilt. 1, 2. That's pretty cool. All right, so that's at the 0 part on the scrubber bar. Let's go to maybe 10 frames, right? 0.33 seconds. And then I'll grab this leg. I'm going to move it forward. All right. Oh, we do the arm while we're here too, right? Let's get the arm. Move it back. Let's get this arm, move it forward. I think that's about where it was at. And then we'll get this leg and move it back. And I'm just approximating. I think that's right. And then on this one here, we'll move the head that way. Cool. Now let's go ahead and copy this first frame, or this first set of frames. Right? Copy selected. And then we'll go to like 20. Right click. Keyframes. That was the word I was looking for. Paste keyframes. Alrighty. Let's see, we're missing a keyframe right here. Let's play it. Let's put toggle for looping animation. Play it. That's looking pretty good to me. Yeah, here, let me see. I like it. All right, that's good. Go ahead and pause it so it's not annoying. Hit these three dots, save, hit the three dots again, publish to Roblox, strut, that's fine. Submit, cool beans. We needed this ID right here. Copy that by hitting that those little square thingies there. Bam, ID copied. Close. All right, I'm gonna close my dummy here. Scroll down to server script service, hit the plus sign, add a regular script, and then I'm gonna call this custom anims, because we might wanna load more than one animation. Now, before I do anything, I'm gonna make a little comment here. I'm gonna paste that ID so I don't lose it. Paste. I can get rid of this. Cool. Now I'm going to make a function for when the character's loading, and we're going to load up our animations. But let's just call it, load animations. Let's call it load anims for short. So the character is going to get passed in. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to get the humanoid from the character, right? Wait for child. So we're doing the char :wait for child because this is going to happen at the beginning of the game and the humanoid might not be ready. So let's go ahead and get the humanoid when it's ready. It's going to fill up that hum variable. And then I'm going to get the animator from the humanoid, right? Hum. Once again, we will wait for child just in case it's not ready. Animator. Cool. And then we're going to do a for loop. I'll put another space here. For I and track in pairs animator colon, this is going to be tricky, get playing animation tracks. Cool. And then we're going to do a stop. So we'll get each track colon stop and pass a 0 in there. Now we're only using the track. We're not using the I, right? The I is going to be a counter like 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't care about that. So what you could do is put this underscore, and that way other coders, when they're looking at it, it's like, oh, they're not using that first argument. They're only using the second one, the track. Cool. So now let's get the animation script that is on our player when they get in, right? So we have this anim, I'll call this anim script, right? It's going to be on the character. We'll do a wait for child, just in case, right? Animate, so it's called animate, that's the script. I got everything right there. It looks a little funny. No, it looks good. All right, let's get the animate script. And then on the animate script, you have your different animations. I'm using R15, so if I just walk normally, I'm actually using the run animation, right? So I'll do this dot run, and then I have this run anim dot animation ID. These are hard to spell. All right, and then here, be careful with this one too. RBX ASSETID, Roblox asset ID, // we're going to need that number, copy it, paste it here. Now, if you're using R6, it's going to use the walk, right? So I'll go ahead and add that line and just comment it out because I don't need it for mine because I'm R15. But if you have an R6, let's put a little comment here, right? Use walk for R6. And that's a walk. This is going to be walk anim. And then you could still use your ID. Now, if you have a run and a walk, like you have some situation where you can do running and walking, or you're overwriting both just to be safe, these cannot be the same number. You're going to get a problem. You could use the same animation, but you have to save it twice under different animation IDs, right? So these numbers cannot equal, or you'll get an error. At least that's the way it's always been. I don't think they fixed it. All right, so we got that. Hopefully it works. We'll test it. Let's go ahead and get a function for onPlayerAdded. That will be called with a player getting passed in every time someone enters the game. So I have this game players. So we're getting the game players service player added event. When that triggers, we are going to connect that to onPlayerAdded. Get rid of those 2 extra parentheses. We only need the name of the function. So the connect is going to know to pass the player in. Once we get here, then we'll say player. We'll do character appearance loaded, right? And then connect that to, what did we call this? We call this load anims. There we go. So what we're doing is when the character appearance loaded fires after the character is added, so it's going to get a little bit closer to game time, then we're going to load up our anims. So this fires this, and then this event fires this, and then this loads our animations. Let's play it. Let's put the view output window just in case you have any errors. Oh man, there it is. Looking good. So that wasn't very hard. And I will see you in the next video. Good luck with that.